Alrighty then, as I stretch, we told Spencer good luck, have fun. I'm going to beat you. Everyone should have dreams. Live up to my brother's name. He's gotta be referencing something. Is it My Hero? Or is he referencing Hunter x Hunter? I'm not sure. Huh. Well, he hasn't decided if he wants to go first or not. There we go. Well, our hand's a little slow, but I'd probably keep this hand in the dark. I imagine Spencer's on not control. Green, black, or control. Whoa, I just realized that you can't see Spencer's thing. Well, that's a little ghetto fix mid-video, but you know. Ooh, killed gate. So Spencer's gonna get very far ahead of us, and we were hoping to use Ionize to catch up on tempo. One of the things I hadn't talked about in the video was maybe the deck tech potentially playing Fiery Cannonade in the main deck as a way to answer boards that go wide really quick. Alright, so it's got a Woodland Cemetery. Thinking about putting another Jade Light on top or bottom. So Spencer kept the Jade Light. So we're going to play this. See what Spencer wants to do. I imagine he'll play this Woodland Cemetery, but he might play Memorial to Folly. Might play Jade Light for attack with Jade Light, then play Jade Light. What? It's like right there. It's in your revealed card zone. Spencer. What are you talking about, Willis? Oh, I wonder if he kept it on top to make it so his thing wouldn't die. That's funny. Alright, so Spencer's gonna end up playing that land. And then casting the Jade Light Ranger. We're pretty far behind, but we're not out of it yet. So Spencer hit Forest and has Assassin's Trophy. Right, he's decided to bin Assassin's Trophy. I'm going to play this and then pass the turn. So this can be one of the problems with green-black, is they can get underneath you with draws like this. So we're going to exit that out real quick. And it can be very hard to catch back up. Like, we're at 9 right now. Luckily, we have the answer in Bird, but I really wish we had, like, a Fiery Cannonade here. Which is part of the reason why maybe Fiery Cannonade's better than some of the spot removal, right? It's like going wide's pretty good in this format. Alright, let's Radical Idea. I'm going to discard this Explosion because we're kind of far away from that mattering. Alright. So Spencer has an Assassin's Trophy. I believe we played this land too. Okay. Oh no, Spencer played Overgrown Tomb, not that land. But if you place Assassin's Trophy, it's not great for us, but we're not dead. And we get a land. It basically has to be Vraska's Contempt. Part of what Autumn was talking about, when we need to try this, is that a lot of the decks haven't adapted more than one Vraska Contempt main deck currently. So Bird can be very hard to answer, yeah. And Trophy forces, like, you'd have a Chupacabra, basically. I'll grab a Mountain. And if Spencer goes double Trophy, for example, then fine. That kind of thing happens. Part of the problem right now is that we're actually kind of far behind on board. So we're probably going to have to, if we get to keep our Chupacabra, if we don't get Chupacabra here, which I think we're about to be. Alright, Spencer did play the extra force, though. Oh, Vraska Golgari Queen. Okay. So we're going to 3. Yeah. Alright, so we can Explosion for 2. That leaves us dead on board. I can Chemist's Insight and try and draw 2 spot removal spells. I think that's just the line. We basically can't win if we don't draw 2 spot removal. Alright, we lose. Let's see here. Game 2. Alright. So, I think Fiery Cannonade is pretty good in this matchup. I think Disdainful Stroke's pretty good in this matchup. I think Patient Building seems a little worse, actually, because Spencer has so many Assassin's Trophies. Same for Ral, but Ral at least gets some immediate value. I don't really need the Opt. I don't think I'm going to need these Radical Ideas as many. Let's see. Shock we don't really need. Lightning Strike we don't really need. Lava Coil's fine. These 3 Fiery Cannonades are okay-ish. Kind of want this Negate, to be honest. Just want to have answers to Find Finality and Vraska's Contempts and stuff like that. I expect him to bring in. I expect him to bring in Carnage Tyrant as well. So maybe I just have to bring in Niv and just be weak to Chupacabra. We're already kind of weak to Chups. One of the upsides of this is that it only dies to Assassin's Trophy, really. It can die to the Vraska, I guess, as well. But that's like it. And we have Negate for that. I think on the draw, we're going to bring in the 4th Fiery Cannonade. I do want 1 Radical Idea. It's just a thing to do with our mana. Alright. I have 3 lands, a Drake, and some interaction I'm going to keep. I can't beat a Elf draw, but we do have the catch-up potential that we did with the last hand. Oh. Alright. Probably going to lose Ionize. We might end up losing a Duress or a Negate. But it's hard to know. Alright, Ionize was the pick. Makes sense. It counters everything and shocks. Alright. Well, that's a good one to have and not have Spencer know about. So Spencer hit a land. Fiery Cannonades, nice. Good catch-up potential. Spencer hit Memorial to Folly. That's a good land to hit. Don't know what we're going to do if we don't draw a land. I guess we're just going to lose. So Spencer wants to play something this turn. Alright, with that trigger on the stack, I'm going to clear the board. If we get to stick an empty Drake too, it sucks that like Spencer gets that information to work with, but yeah. But we kind of have to do it. Alright, well we missed the land drop. We do only play 24 lands, so it's not like we have a crazy amount. And we cut, some amount of cantrips for these things. Alright. If Spencer tries to duress us, we get to copy it, which is nice. We're now also in a position where we're not allowed to play a Drake if we draw it. I know if the land, if we draw it, we have to answer Spencer's stuff first. Is Spencer going to ATS? He brought back Jade Light Ranger. Okay. Huh. I guess I shouldn't. So Playcrafter, that's interesting. That's good against our Drake, for sure. So I'm curious if Spencer would keep that. Alright, so Spencer kept the Playcrafter. So when we play this, it's going to just die immediately. Spencer should probably be playing a land here, I imagine. Oh, this is... Oh my gosh, if we draw a land here, we can do this. Dang it. If we drew a land, we could have forced Spencer to play Crafter and then kept him off Vraska, but now... I mean, we just can't win this game. I mean, we can. It's just... It's going to take a lot of maneuvering. Wait. Spencer just forgot to play a land last turn? Alright. What are we going to discard? Probably this Fight with Fire. It's like not very good right now. Upside, this is building our Drake's power up. So Spencer found Fine Finality. Yeah, he just left it on top. I have to draw a land here, basically. We need a land so we don't fall behind on tempo. I could blink of an eye, to be fair, to keep the board empty. It's just not worth it. Okay. All right. Well, I guess we'll just discard that still. I'm keeping Expansion Explosion in case Spencer tries to duress us before playing a Vraska, so I can take his Vraska. We're going to 14. Felt like a thing where I shouldn't have... I wasn't supposed to blink of an eye because I needed to save it. But now I just kind of have to do it. Like, if Spencer's not going to do anything, I gotta start drawing lands for any of this to even matter, but... I'll take a Guildgate. Alright. Cool. Spencer has Fine Finality, Plaguecrafter, Vraska, Assassin's Trophy for sure. So I have to let this resolve. I can't actually counter it yet, to be fair. Okay. That doesn't matter. Alright, Spencer's getting pretty close to the point where he can double spell. We can't miss land drops. Okay. Well, I've got to kill 3, so 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 mana, 9 mana. Spencer can go this. You can also go this plus double this. Don't like the idea of double Jade. So what I could answer this. He could go Find Finality, buy back Branchwalker, Jade Light, replay them, and play Vraska. Oh, he can threaten to replay them and play Vraska, basically forcing me to make a choice. I obviously choose to counter Vraska, but you can also just double Vraska here, which maybe I'm supposed to wait, but from the way Spencer's played, he's just not gonna do anything. This is part of the reason that I'm not playing this deck anymore. I'm just going to start playing green-black. Is like, green-black's so good and so consistent. Like, if you play Jade Light, you play District Guide, you play Elves, you play Branchwalkers, you play Squires, you do, like, whatever you want. You get to basically, like, always hit your land drops and always get to play. And this is the thing that happens with this deck, like, a fair bit. So Spencer tapped his mana. I mean, whatever. I just had to hope Spencer mistapped. I can't beat Spencer if he plays with Vraska anyway, so... He doesn't know we have this extra Disdainful Stroke, so he might just find Finality back to the Fine Broker and a Jade Light Ranger. That's fine. I just have to do something. Alright, so he brought back Jade Light. I'm sorry, Fine Broker Jade Light with Fine Finality. Alright. So, how can we win this game? So Spencer gets the fall. Feinberger bring back Folly. Spencer has 4, 6, 8, 9 mana. I can't answer that. Molder Hulk. Okay. Ugh. I need you to play something so I can like counter it. Well, I didn't mean like that. I need to draw a land so I can answer the Vraska and play Crackling Drake. So it's either Explosion or Ral. Because we need this Drake if we're going to win, I think. It's 8 power. If I draw a land, play it, counter 9, Explosion 10, 11, 12, 13. I think we have to have Drake in order to win. We just have to counter this. I think it has to be Ral or Explosion. If I discard Explosion, I just don't know if Ral's actually going to be the way we win. Like, we're too far behind. All right, land. We have to have a land here. All right. We have a chance. If he has Assassin's Trophy, whatever. I'm almost positive he has it, but... All right, now we have a way to answer the board. We can copy, especially if they answer ours. Like, if he goes AT in a turn here. All right, he didn't go AT. All right, we have a shot. All right, we need to steal this game. We have Drake on board. It's an 8-4. It's huge. We have a board clear in these two because we can cast this, hold priority, copy it. So if Spencer answers our Drake, then we've got that. Not going to block. I need to beat the beat down here. Spencer's Molder Hulk, which is a problem, but it's only this kind of by 2, so it's still 7 mana. Golgari Fine Broker. He's going to buy back one of these things. All right, I'm going to stroke this here just... We have a negate, and we need to get this Drake up as big as we can. So now Spencer has land, can play Feinberger, I believe. No, he cannot. He can't. I'm sorry, he can't play Mortar Hulk. He can play this and start gaining life. And drawing cards. But... if we draw... If I untap, draw land, it's 3. So Spencer would be at 5. So we have lethal in 2 if we can live that long, even with 2 life gain. Let's see, Spencer's probably going to sack a land, yeah. Sure. Cycle a land, right? So the question is, can I win with Spencer drawing extra cards and gaining life? We know Spencer's hand is Relic Seeker, Molder Hulk, and 1 unknown. We have double negate. His Vraska's only gaining 1 life a turn. And with Explosion, I should be able... Oh, we didn't draw a land, that's right. So I can only Explosion for 2. Assuming I don't negate or anything like that. They're going to go to 10, go to 11. So Spencer will die on the next turn if he doesn't draw a kill spell. But I don't know if I can actually grind with Spencer. Like, if I take the time to kill this, I think these will just end up killing me. If we drew a land, we could potentially, like, Explosion this for 3 at end of turn after holding up negate and stuff. But we have double negate. This puts me to 1. 1 isn't lethal. I can't think of a way for Spencer to do 1 damage, so I'm just gonna take this. And Spencer plays a Playcrafter, I can Fiery Cannonade to clear board again. Spencer I have Vraska, but we at least have a shot. Alright, well we have double negate. So there's Spencer can try and bait us with a Mortal Hulk, but that won't matter. Because we're just Fiery Cannonade. Alright, I'm gonna negate this. Wait, I can copy it too. If I copy this, what will that do? It gives Spencer 1 less out. So if I copy, he doesn't get to draw a card. And I still have double negate. Alright, so now Spencer loses his Vraska. I have negate for this, which puts us up to a lethal Drake. And I have negate to back up the Drake. Okay, alright. Whew. Woof. I can't believe we won that game. Oh my goodness gracious. Alright. Wow. Alright. That was an insane game. Spencer drew a lot of lands there, but holy moly, artichoke. So with the way Spencer's deck is looking, I'm not so sure if Ral is that good. We might just need to keep it. I'm not sure, though. We need to think about what we're going to do here. I like the Fiery Cannonade as a way to catch up. I think the Fires are still fine. The Banefire is probably not that good. Banefire is nice, though, for killing walkers and stealing games. But I think if I just get to cast my cards against Spencer, we can get there. Spencer has a lot more spells, so maybe an extra negate is better. No, less. Yeah, 1 less Shivan Fire. I still want it to be Shivan Fire for the Fine Broker kills. But I guess that's the only extra thing it kills. I could bring in Shock to go face, and Walkers. Expansion Explosion did something that game. I don't know if it would have mattered. Like, if we didn't do that, Spencer draws a card, still, like, we would still Explosion after we attack. What was that? Oh, that was for the last game. Okay. So this is 2 lands, Drake's negate Explosion, and Ionize. It's basically a Mold of 6 with 2 lands, because his Explosion won't do a whole lot, except copy a Duress. I'm going to keep, though. I think the hand's pretty good, and I haven't seen Chupacabras from Spencer, except for game 1. So I don't know if he just didn't draw them, or was sandbag. There's no way Spencer was sandbagging it. Draw our 1 Shivan Fire, answer the Elf. Alright, well, we drew a 4-drop. But if we learned anything from last game, not a problem. Spencer's just going to play a Jadelight Ranger here. Alright, Duress. I imagine we lose Ionize here. I could see Negate being the pick, but I think Ionize is probably the one. You could argue Expansion Explosion is insane in the late game, but... Alright, so Spencer wants to hold up something, and we drew a Negate for it. Well, we need to draw a land. This keep is kind of risky. It's definitely worse than the second game keep. But I think Crackling Drake is pretty important in the matchup as long as it doesn't get chooped. And I like having Ionize negate Explosion. So land! Alright. We need to find a land here relatively soon. Looks like Spencer found a threat. He doesn't have a duress for us to copy to duress him, which is lame. So he hit Overgrown Tomb, Eldritch Reborn. He's going to keep Eldritch Reborn. See if we draw a land. We did not. Alright. So what matters more, Rekindling Phoenix or Drake? Drake helps us move towards... I mean, we could cut the expansion. This just might turn into something. I'm going to send a Drake to the yard since they have since there has Eldritch Reborn and could hold it up. Maybe I need to be 25 lands when I go up on the birds to the birds as well. Because the birds got replaced some of the spot remover early game. Alright, what's Spencer going to do? I'm going to actually stroke that because it puts the lethal in 1 turn quicker, I believe. I did quick math. This is 4, 6, 3 turns, and this is 5 turns, I believe. Alright, well, we have Ionize up now. So thanks to having Rekindling Phoenix, the Eldritch Reborn is definitely a problem, but it isn't the end of the world problem. 10, 8. Oh, did I do the math wrong? Well, to be fair, though, just spinning cards on a mana screw is something. Alright, well, now I have an answer to the board if Spencer doesn't do anything. So if Spencer plays like a Vraska, we get to Ionize it. If Spencer doesn't play anything and just attacks us again, we get to clear the board. Spencer tries to duress us, we get to copy it and then negate. Alright. He does have Folly to get back this, so he has gas still coming, but Spencer's played the Overgrown Tomb. Land. Alright, so I have the land. I can't play Drake. This is actually, by the way, the first time I've ever not been able to play Drake on curve. And I've played this deck for 2 weeks now. If Spencer has a Vraska's Contempt, it's very bad for us, but I think I just have to slam a bird. Our deck's a lot better when we have a threat and we're protecting it. Especially when we know Spencer's... Alright, we know one of Spencer's answers to the threat is Eldritch Reborn. So... he can do that as a way to kind of work through us, but it won't do a whole lot. We might even slam another Phoenix depending on what Spencer does. Like if Spencer goes Eldritch Reborn, we might just go second Phoenix and just be like, listen, I've got 8 power, you're at 14, figure it out. Vivian Reed, okay. That's good. That answers our Drake too. This is another problem who's playing Niv Mizzet. Alright, well Spencer got an elf. It's totally reasonable. Here, his deck's very mana hungry and it's a play he can make. I don't think you'd normally be that happy taking that, but here it makes a lot of sense. So Ionize is the obvious thing we're holding up. I use Bird to attack Vivian. Vivian goes to 2. Vivian has to tick up. Vivian's going to tick up either way unless Spencer has a Choop. Alright, I'm just going to play the bird and try and turn the corner. Because Vivian reads -3. Yeah, so Vivian won't be able to actually kill one of the birds now. Where before Spencer could have been trying to set up something where, like, if I try and race him, he goes -Choop. So. Now what Spencer can do, though, is minus with a new Vivian read later and buy back a Choop, have a Choop in hand. So if he gets enough mana, that's a play. Because he does have the Memorial to Folly. Playcrafter's interesting. It plays into the Chupacabra line, but we kind of have to fall for it. It's like not a whole lot we can do along that route. Looks like Spencer's considering the Eldritch Reborn, which I don't hate if he plays here. I think it's a good way to set up towards something. Alright, Fine Broker. Spencer's just going to buy back Chupacabra. He bought back Jade Light. Okay, because he's going to play Jade Light Ranger this turn. Sure. One cool thing we can do here is Fight with Fire, copy this just to clear board. Another Feinberger. All right, so Spencer's keeping that on top. All right. So now I have Ionized Negate. If I double attack, I die. If I fight with fire, copy, kill this. If I kill these two, kill this, put Spencer to 14. On the next turn, Spencer to 8. So wait, I can attack Spencer for 8 this turn. And then if I attack Spencer for 8, he goes to 10. To dead if I draw a land. Actually, just dead with Ionize. Because if I fight with fire, or fire, I can't hold up Ionize. That's right. So I'm going to hold control, and we're going to cast this. We're going to target the 4/3. Do this. There we go. Now we're going to clear up the board. Try and get underneath Spencer enough to kill him. He's going to reset up a board, but I don't think it's the end of the world. Alright, so Spencer can go Eldritch Reborn, and if he plays land, have Plaguecrafter, which won't do anything yet. Alright, so he's played that. Buy back Jade Light to reset up the same board. And if I draw a land, we can play Drake. On the flip side, we do have just negate Ionize 2 birds, so like Spencer does have to. Alright. So he bought back Vivian Reed. Alright. Trying to talk, but I'm really intense into this game. If we draw a Lava Coil, I get to coil Golgari Feinberger, attack for 8, put Spencer to 6. That's dead on board on next turn. And we have negate up. Fine Finality, it brought back. I'm sure it says in this thing. Fine Finality, Ravenous Chupacabra. Oh, it was just that. Okay. Well, if I attack for 8, I have double counterspell. This is lethal in 2, and Spencer has 4 damage to my 5 life, so. And we only need 1 bird because we have Ionize, so let's hope it's enough. This is like the one good thing about our deck. Or one of the best things that our deck, I should say, is that like Ionize is an insane magic card when you get to these kind of situations. Spencer knows we have Ionize too. Like, he knows from way back at the beginning of this game. Spencer has the mana to go Vivian Reed, but not Chupacabra as well. Yeah, he just played a Forest. Wow. This game has been insane, win or lose. He can play Plaguecrafter. Would I let Plaguecrafter resolve is the question. And I think the answer is yes. Because Plaguecrafter isn't enough to beat me. So if Spencer plays Plaguecrafter, he has 5 mana left. And I have Ionized Negate. I'd actually probably just Ionize it to make sure that 1 bird is lethal. Oof. This has been a stressful game. I thought for sure we were dead. It was really a thing of where Spencer just had like all this like value, but we were able to just cheese it out with a lot of damage. Kind of like Burn almost, right? Where like if the game goes long enough, you're gonna win. All right, so if he has Vraska's Contempt, I can beat that. So I'm gonna Ionize, put Spencer dead to both birds. So now both birds have to die. And if we untap, we obviously have Ionize. Let's back up. Okay. Wow. What a crazy game. Thank you everyone so much for watching. If you're watching on the Patreon, make sure to check out the YouTube channel for the other half of the match. And if you're watching on the YouTube channel, make sure to go subscribe to the Patreon so you can see Spencer half. Thank you everyone for watching. We'll see you next time.